Hey everyone, it's Randee. Welcome back to the channel where I show you how to manifest your dream body and your dream life by sharing exercise videos and helpful ways to cultivate the mindset to achieve your goals. So if that sounds like something that you're interested in, then like this video, subscribe to my channel, and hit that post notification bell so that you're updated every time I upload new content. And thank you so much for supporting me and supporting this channel. I really do appreciate you. So getting in today's video, what I'm going to be sharing with you is how I lost 80 pounds with absolutely no structured exercise. All right, so just a little side note before we get started. I am just sharing my journey and some of the things that I did that helped me personally lose about 80 pounds. This is not me telling you these are the things that you need to do or anything like that. I'm just sharing my personal journey and some things that helped me on my weight loss journey. And perhaps, you know, maybe there are some things that you can take away from this video. Maybe there's some things that you never thought of before that you could try for yourself. All right, so let's get into it. This is how I lost 80 pounds, and I actually did it without any structured exercise. Exercise was the very last thing that I did once I lost all the weight, okay? But the very first thing that I did was, you know, I had to be honest with myself. I had to be honest with myself about how I felt. When I was close to 200 pounds, I was extremely uncomfortable. I was unhappy, unmotivated. I was tired all the time. I was lazy. I wasn't really doing anything. At the time, I was living in Central America on a boat. I wasn't getting off the boat. I honestly couldn't even fit into any of the clothes that I had, and I mean, like, I really could not fit into them. I could not pull the pants up over my hips, or, you know, I was just busting out of all of my shirts and tops and everything. It was extremely uncomfortable. I didn't want to go anywhere. I just wore my husband's clothes all the time. And that honestly lasted for like maybe a month and a half, something like that. Being uncomfortable, not being able to wear the clothes that I had. And I absolutely refused to buy new clothes because that meant that I would have to buy bigger clothes, and I wasn't going, I just couldn't do that, you know, like, because that would mean that I would probably get bigger, and I just couldn't see myself. I didn't want to do that. Okay, so the first thing that I had to do was be honest with myself about the actions and the behaviors and habits that I had gotten into that led up to, you know, this weight gain and this current state that I just was in, and I was uncomfortable in and dissatisfied in with where I was in my body and in my life. So that was the very first thing, and it's really the most important because, you know, nothing changes if you're in denial about things. So I really had to be honest with myself, and yeah, that was the very first thing, and it sort of leads into the second thing, where I kept a food journal for a week and I reflected. It helped me to reflect back on my past actions, what I've been doing, what I haven't been doing, what I've been eating. Okay, so during the food journaling and really being honest with myself, that really led me into everything else and all the changes that I made. And during the food journaling, I realized we were eating out too much. I wasn't being as active as I have been in the past, and I was overeating. And I realized that the types of food that I was eating, you know, wasn't really the best for me. So it really helped me to see what I needed to eliminate, what I needed to incorporate, what I needed to start doing. And I realized I was eating way too much with very little activity. So one of the very first things that I did with my food was that I reduced the portion sizes. And this is something that I knew to do from years prior to when I had gained a lot of weight after I had, or during my pregnancy with my son. I was trying to lose weight after I had my son, and I had reduced my portion sizes during that time as well, and had some success with weight loss in doing that. So I decided to do that again, obviously. Okay, so I had a phone call and I sort of lost my train of thought with where I was, but I think I was talking about reducing my portion sizes, I hope. But that's where I started with my food. I reduced portion sizes. The next thing I did, number 3, was that, I realized I was being really lazy. Like I said, I wasn't really doing a whole lot on the boat. I wasn't getting off the boat or anything like that. I didn't do any structured exercise. Like I said, I didn't do any exercise during this time. And what I told myself was that I wasn't allowed to sit until noon. So when I got up in the morning, I had to, keep busy, do things around the boat, clean the boat, whatever, organize, wash clothes. Down in Central America, you hand wash your clothes, so wash clothes, actually put them away instead of just, letting them pile up on the bunks down below or something like that. Just really try to stay as active as possible first thing, those first few hours in the morning as soon as I woke up. Okay, so the 4th thing that I did was I started to make healthy swaps. And so this is something that I feel, I did this gradually, and I feel like that was probably the best thing that I could have done, because you can easily get overwhelmed doing this sort of thing. But just by making a few healthy swaps, like I said earlier, I reduced my portion sizes, and I also started making healthier swaps. So in the morning, instead of having a big breakfast, instead of having all this food, because I would make 5 or 6 different things, have bread with every meal, I started to have granola and yogurt in the morning. Later on, I figured out that granola had a lot of sugar, so I switched out the granola for oatmeal. But that was probably a year into my, healthier lifestyle journey. All right, but some of the healthy swaps that I made, like I said, instead of a huge breakfast that I was making every morning, I just had granola and yogurt. I swapped out white potato for sweet potato. We usually had burritos for lunch or something like that. I started eating these really huge salads, and I wasn't using salad dressing either. I would just use lime and olive oil. You really can't keep salad dressing down there. The electricity is really iffy, and salad dressings usually have to, keep refrigerated. So that's not really something that you find down there anyways, which is fine, I also cut out soda and sugary sweets at this time as well, because I do have a big sweet tooth, and I overdo it on the sweets, and I know that led to a lot of my weight gain as well. So I eliminated soda, and I switched out soda for water. And if I had a craving for soda, then I would just get some club soda and put some fruit in there and, you know, make my own soda replacement. The fifth thing that I did was that I started eating more vegetables. Like I said in the last one, instead of eating, you know, burritos almost every single day for lunch, I swapped that out for salads. I would make these huge salads with like a variety of different lettuce. They have amazing fresh fruit and vegetables down there that were really, really affordable. So I was really grateful for that, and turning to a healthy lifestyle living down there sort of made it the transition pretty smooth, because during certain times there's a pretty good selection of fruits and vegetables down there, tropical fruits and different kinds of vegetables down there. So I would have, you know, these huge salads with apples and strawberries and blueberries and stuff like that, and it was really, really good. So yeah, I started eating more vegetables. I started making vegetables with dinner. That's another thing too, was that we stopped going out to eat so much, and we just stayed home, and I made meals at home more. And by eating fresh fruits and vegetables and buying fresh fruits and vegetables at the store really encouraged that behavior to stay home and make dinner, and it really encouraged and challenged me to, you know, get outside of my comfort zone and do different things with food and eat food in a different way, you know, because I wasn't really a big vegetable eater previously. But, you know, the foods that I bought at the store, like, I had to do something with them. So that's why it really encouraged me, because otherwise I would have, you know, wasted the money. The food would have gone to waste. It would have gone bad. So I think that's another advantage of buying fresh as well. You know, it really encourages you to do something with that food. I mean, even now when I go to the store and I buy vegetables, I usually make the meals that require those vegetables so that they don't go to waste. And I don't feel bad about, you know, letting these vegetables go to waste and like wasting money and all that stuff. So something else that I did, this is going to be number 6, is that I would buy a fruit or a vegetable that I did not know what it was. I've never had it before. So this was kind of fun, and again, it encouraged me to, you know, to do something with it, to figure out, you know, what to do with it. And, you know, if I didn't like it, that's fine. At least I tried it. So kind of like, for example, portobello mushroom, you know, so we would do like a vegetarian night one night, and I made fajitas using the portobello mushroom. And, you know, at that time I never had portobello mushroom, really didn't know what to do with it, and it really turned out amazing. And that's something, you know, that we still do from every now and then to this day. And so buying that different fruit or vegetable, I also, you know, looked up, you know, what to do with it, what are some of the things that you do with it, if it was something like really sort of different, or like where it came from and stuff like that. Like, I remember one time we bought tamarindo, and I had never heard of it before. I didn't know what it was. I didn't know what to do with it, but I ended up making this tea, and it was really, really good. So that's something else that I did. And the 7th thing that I did that I feel really, really helped me turn this into a lifestyle change and not just some sort of a diet or something that I do every now and then or whatever, but really helped to solidify the changes that I was making in my life and for my future, was that I educated myself on the fruits and vegetables that I was eating and the health benefits of eating certain fruits and vegetables and what it did for my body. And I really feel like that was probably the most important thing that I've ever done for myself, because like I said, it really helped me to make it more, to turn into a lifestyle for myself, to really fall in love with eating fruits and vegetables and know that I am truly nourishing my body, nourishing the cells in my body. I'm doing really good things for my body, for my health, for my future, for my children. So I educated myself on, on fruits and vegetables. I educated myself on processed foods and, to really limit those and stay away from those as much as possible, and to really stay away from anything artificial flavors, artificial colors, artificial sugars, and the negative health effects that they have on the body. So this is something that I still do today, looking up the health benefits and everything like that, staying up to date. That was something that happened over, a long period of time of educating myself. It's not something that I did within a few weeks or whatever. But it was the start. That's something that I started to do and I really got into. And it really helped me to fall in love with healthy food and cooking and making different kinds of meals. So doing all those things personally helped me lose 80 pounds within about 6 to 7 months. I didn't obsess about anything. I wasn't counting calories. I just knew from keeping that food journal and reflecting back on my habits and the things that I was doing, the things that I was eating. There were just things that I needed to cut out and things that I needed to, healthier options that I needed to put in place. But yeah, like I said, I wasn't counting calories. I wasn't obsessing about my weight or anything like that. I just sort of, this is something that I'm doing now. And I really got into it. I really got into eating healthy, and it's something that has stuck with me. I'm still doing it today. I have fallen off track, that happens. Just you sort of get into the habit of, maybe going out to eat a lot, or maybe you're busy and, just going out to eat a lot. You sort of get a little lazy, you fall off track, and then you sort of just have to snap out of it. And I've done that several times in between. So going back to, to losing the weight, and I think I even, how I said earlier, I stopped drinking soda and I started drinking water. I probably challenged myself to, drink 8 glasses of water a day for a week or something like that, to really get into the habit of drinking water. So after I had lost all that weight though, I started to not feel good about myself, because I ended up losing too much weight. And after being heavy like that and then losing a lot of weight and being skinny or much thinner in a short period of time, I felt deflated. I felt like I had a lot of loose skin, sort of flabby. And so, like I said in the beginning of the video, exercise, strength training was the very last thing that I did, and I didn't start doing that until I had lost all the weight. And I was proud of myself for losing that much weight, but I still didn't feel good in my skin because I had lost like too much weight, and then I ended up having some loose skin. So I started looking into ways that I could tone up, and that's how I got into lifting weights and strength training. And I started doing that living on the boat. I just used whatever was heavy. I used my husband's tool bags and heavy tools and stuff like that. And that's how I started strength training. All right, so those are all the things that I did to lose weight. And if you stuck around to the end of the video, thank you so much. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you, bye.